guys. It's probably going to be a few days before I get back on the road. Just taking care of some of the problems that I've had with the bike since the beginning of the riding season. One is the disc on the rear that everybody was commenting on. That would be this one here. This is the one that came with the Walmart bike, and it's been a problem since day one. As you can see, it's slightly burnt, and I'm not too sure what metal it's made out of, but it is the worst disc ever. No brake pads like it. The whole time I've had it on the bike, it's nothing but wind, and obviously you can see it's burnt. The discs I have on the bike now, no matter how hard I flog them, they're not burning like this one did. So I think this had something to do with the squealing. I mean, I tried to keep it as clean as possible. Even changing the pads didn't seem to help. So there's a definite difference since I switched it out. So this is going in the trash, like all the other parts from that Walmart bike. Another problem I'm dealing with or trying to find is that issue with the jerking feeling that I get on the bike. It only happens at full throttle. Well, at first it was at full throttle. It's like a limiter. It would just jerk constantly, jerk the bike. Like it wants to go faster, but it won't. I managed to find the problem is with this controller here. This is the 48 by 60 volt, 28 amp to 30 amp controller that I got with the 48 volt motor from Walmart. There's definitely an issue with this controller. Even if I try and set up the hulls and set up the phase without the smart controls on it, for whatever reason, smart controls seem to want to fight you when you're trying to set it up manually. So it started jerking just when I was sitting here trying to spin the wheel and trying getting the timing right. So I'm like, there's an issue with this thing. And sometimes when you go to give it throttle, it won't do anything. It would just be a dead stick, and you have just the rear motor spinning up. So that's when I decided it was time to change this out. I'm not even too sure what I'm going to replace it with yet. I'm just in the process of rewiring the 36 volt, which managed to survive. I took it apart, no damage to that one. That one's going to be permanent on this side, and the other side will have either my monster controller or maybe even something smaller. I don't know. I'm still working on it. You guys can see, I'll take you along with me. Just in the process of soldering a new connector for the throttle. This one never actually had a connector. A standard one like this. What it had was a non-standard one like this that had about, 6 wires coming out of it. These 3 other wires here are for, I don't know, some throttle thing. Oh, this one here is for the on and off. As you can see, it's looped over. I'm not too sure what the green one was for. I think that was for I think that's the pack voltage for the voltmeter on the handle. And then the other 3, the black, red, and white, were for the throttle, which I'm currently putting a plug on now. And eventually this plug will be cut off, and the white and brown will be terminated together, taped up. For the life of it, anyway, I'm going to keep it on here. I mean, I can't really put anything else on this motor. I mean, even this 36 volt one is with the low amps is still slowly cooking it. Like I said, I'll probably end up rewinding this one come winter. Unfortunately, I didn't order a 36 volt. Not that I remember. I was pretty sure it was 48, but apparently I was wrong. Anyway, soldering up some connectors here, and I like to do it the cheater's way. Plug it, bring it with me. Stays warm enough that I can get some solder on these wires here. Yeah, every time I do the wiring on this bike, I'm making it more and more simplified. It lightens the bike up and it looks better. It doesn't look like it's a rolling lab. Doesn't stick out as much anyway. Alright, so that's the connector done. And like the first try, I managed to get the timing right on this controller. Like I said, it has no issues. The 48 volt one, like I said, for whatever reason, when you go to plug everything in, all the hulls and the phase wires, you try and set them up, the controller is like stuck in smart mode when you put the white together, but they weren't together, and it seems to be fighting what you're trying to when you're trying to set up the timing. It makes it next to impossible, so I give up on it. I mean, for what I paid for the motor, I pretty much got the controller for free, and as you can see, I have a nice assortment of them. I even have this one still that I didn't even know about. This is a 16 amp 350 watt 48 volt. Got this years ago. I made a video, I had two of them. This is a powerful little controller. I was hoping maybe I could use it. If I find a problem with the 36 volt, I'll end up using this on the rear and something bigger on the front. But for now, we'll just keep it there until we get back on the road and find out if there is a problem with it. Okay, I'm looking for my lighter. Where'd it go? Give me a minute. Well, I couldn't find my lighter. It's kind of sad. I had to use my heat gun just to shrink some. Oops. I should show what I'm doing. Shrink some wiring here. It's overkill, but I like to keep the water and crap out. You know, you say you're not going to ride in the rain, and then you get stuck in the rain. At least this way I'll make it home. There, so that's the throttle done. Still got to clean this up a bit. And now this one here, this single wire here goes to the other controller, because the other controller will share the same ground. So all you basically need to do is just basically send the sense wire to the other controller, and that's it, because this controller here powers the hull in the throttle. So, and this wire, this all has to be done. I'll do this off camera. It's going to take a while to fix this up, tuck it in. Now another reason I brought it down was for my my DIY speedometer with the Adreno. An issue I had is this was plugged into here like this for the longest time in USB, and every time I would take it up and down the stairs I would lean on that, and eventually I broke the core of the plug right out. I reached in there and took it out already. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this port here. I'm hoping this is basically the same thing, and I'm going to run it. Before it was running off of this. Under there's a USB plug, as well as another one here for charging a phone. I went and raped this micro USB for parts. Hopefully this reads 5 volts. We'll do a quick test, because that's actually been working pretty accurately. I'll have to reset it because I moved the wheel to change the disc. But it was pretty accurate. And we're still up. As you can see, there's no beep and it's not coming on, so obviously there's an issue. It's been like that for about a month. Well, I've already tested this. I got 5 volts off of this. I thought maybe it was data and not power, but it is power. So we're going to wire it up to this and shrink wrap it, and hopefully that takes care of that. Always nice when you get the polarity right the first time. So that is just basically an extra power jack. I have no idea. I haven't used that that kit in so long, I wasn't sure if they're both power or not. But as you can see, got my display back. Sweet. Something I'm going to upgrade down the road, maybe something a little bit bigger. But you know, it says Velcro there. It's worked pretty good for keeping the mileage. And then of course I got this here, the Juntech. Couldn't go without it. It's great for bikes. That's it for today, guys. I managed to get the one controller up and running. Obviously found the chugging problem by controller, and I obviously fixed my my speedometer, my DIY speedometer. It's been broken for about a month due to stupidity. I can't really find anything else that I would like to use on the other side for the more powerful motor. I don't want to use these because for whatever reason, I mean, these are nice controllers, but the throttle curve on these, I do not like them. They're just way too soft for me. I mean, some people like it. Once it's up and running, it's great. But the brain power is way too soft on the... if you could program it, it would be a decent controller. But other than that, it's way too soft for me. This one is definitely out. Like this one here. Pretty much burns anything you put on it. Which is not a bad thing. It's a nice controller. And it's got the Bluetooth and everything on it. It's a beautiful controller. Hopefully one day I can use it again. Get a better motor. Anyway, obviously we know this one's out. The other ones are junk. We got this one here. The specs on this one. This one is, well, looks like it's been used quite a bit, but it still works as far as I know. This is a Bodo, I don't know, smartless brushless controller. The voltage is 72 volts, 33 amps. Under voltage is 63. So that could be a problem because I'm only running like I think it's like 75 volts, and it drops down to 51, somewhere around there, under sag. So this one will probably be cutting out every time. It's way too powerful. So what I'm going to try and do, I'll do a different video, and we'll see if we can't turn it down a bit. See if we can't get this one to get rid of the LVC on it. Be another controller that I'll do, but that's for another video. Figured I'd share my day-to-day garbage that I do with this bike and different mods. So I'll see you in the next one, guys. Take it easy.